everything's full on mud running around my house right now. No control. Jackie, I'm a little concerned with your cough. Where's your water?
It's in the kitchen. I will get some, I promise.
Go get it.
Everyone,
Well, I have a water.
Is empty.
I have a water comment. I have to drink less water as per my doctor. So I'm really discouraged about that, but I'm trying to be a good patient.
That seems odd. I might need to hear more about that later because that seems
Yeah.
not okay.
Yeah, well, I could share, but not now.
Okay.
All right, everybody, now we're all back together. I know we had a caucus having that discussion around the classified staff and the compensation that has been proposed by the district at this point. A cat hair in my mouth. So I just wanted to check in with you all to see any questions, comments, follow up based on that prior dialogue.
Well, I will have comments and follow up here. We don't have the education and training that the certified staff does. And so we understand that we don't have a real high pay rate because, like, for my position, a high school diploma is the requirement. So, but we do have really great people that work in our jobs, and they're hard to fill positions. And as we've talked over and over again about positions that haven't been filled this year, that we really have a serious need for those people to be in place. And in order to address the proposal that the district made, based on Jackie's calculations, that's a $122,000 increase. And I just think that our people need and deserve, we all deserve more, and everybody's acknowledged that, and I appreciate the acknowledgement because I'm sure some districts don't acknowledge. But our counter proposal is a flat amount of $3.50 an hour, which will help us get those initial lower paying positions on our pay scale up to something that they can be happy with, and it will help their families and their lives. It'll make a real difference for them, and it also would encourage new people to come into our district and fill those positions that have been empty. So we would like to propose a $3.50 an hour across every type of ESP position, plus steps as our counter proposal.
Anybody know off the top of your head how many classified employees there are?
Go ahead, Kelly.
I could pull that. Give me a second.
And I should know that.
I saw your eyes get big, Robin.
I know. It's like, oh my God. It's one of those questions you're like put on the spot for.
The spreadsheet, is that all of them, or is that just the categories of? Because there's 67
Something like that.
in the spreadsheet.
And Melanie, when you're ready, I just have a couple clarifying questions.
I will try to have clarifying answers.
Yeah,
Okay.
Please don't waste time on I don't know how important that is right now, but
Okay, so the $3.50, I'll call a flat rate increase. Do you mean to existing employees or to each cell on, I always hold it up old school, to each cell on here? So that it's, go ahead.
I believe it's each cell.
Okay. Thank you. And then
Yes.
I know you guys when you came back, you came back with a cost estimate for the 5%. Any chance you guys have a cost estimate for the $3.50 flat rate plus a step?
I think that's Jackie's department.
Yeah, one moment.
And did Holly's concur with our 122 for your proposal? Because we asked for that.
Sorry, what's that, Melanie? So, okay, so there's projected FTE for classified for FY23 is about 53. And Melanie, can you clarify what you had asked?
Earlier I had asked, where did I write it? With the 5% plus the step that the districts proposed for the ESP, the cost of that, I know you included it in the first spreadsheet that you shared, but you were going to do a breakdown of that, I thought.
So
we
the
could see,
5, 10, and 12%?
no, just of the 5% for all staff, dividing classified and certified. Because Jackie came up with 122,000 for the classified, and I didn't know if that was the number that you had. So
Let's see. My number of that 115,629.
okay,
Yeah,
so they're similar.
yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yep.
And Jackie, are you ready for what you were going to say?
Yes, so according to our, and Holly, you've seen this spreadsheet and how kind of insane it's gotten. Our costing came to, it would look like about a 16% overall increase, which after benefits would bring us to $358,908.
Jackie, which part were you referring to? Are we in class, when you said those numbers, are those classified numbers?
Yes, that would be the
Okay.
classified numbers.
So is
So
that the $3.50 per
Yeah,
cell
so
plus a stamp, right?
the way that we have it set up is to add the 350 per hour, and that then calculates what that overall percentage increase would look like, and then that's
Yep.
how we cost it out.
And you said 16% and then a total cost of, what was it, 358?
358, 908.
Okay.
That was 16%?
That's how it looks on
That's
my
how it-
end.
Yeah, that's the equivalent, I think is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, to the $3, okay. Oh, okay.
Any other questions at this point on that counter from the association?
I just want to clarify the 16%. Is that an average? Because if you're adding $3.50 to each cell, it's obviously going to have different impacts. So 16% average.
Yeah, I think it's like a 16% increase to the overall cost.
Okay, thank you.
I believe that's how the spreadsheet works again.
I bet you anything that's right. Because it's obviously going to be different percentage depending on where you are when you do a flat rate like that. But it's the equivalent of, I think what the association is saying is that if you look at the amount that we paid towards salary in 22 or this school year, implementing their plan would be 116% of that, 16% more.
That's helpful. Okay, thank you. So it's not necessarily a 16% compensation increase for people. It's going to cost 16% more.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions at this point? Any other follow-up on some of the dialogue we were having around the collective bargaining agreement, talking about part-time, full-time, vacation? Is that all fleshed out at this point, or do we have a better understanding?
It'd be helpful, Brent. Are you planning to change it up on your end and like send us an edited copy, a red line?
Yeah, that was my plan, if that's okay with you.
That sounds great.
Okay, great.
Just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other topics we'd like to talk? We have about a little less than 30 minutes together. Other topics we'd like to discuss to keep us moving? Yeah. Yes, Jim.
One thing we didn't discuss, oh, sorry, one thing we didn't discuss in our room, and I know Jackie had it on her list, is how I'm embarrassed to say, I don't even know how the contract year works for classified employees. And neither, I think Jackie was saying, well, neither did she. So maybe there could be some discussion about that, because Jackie and I are not coming up with the answers right now.
That would be very helpful. So the whole section contract year, I basically said, put something in here that makes sense, because I was incapable of doing that on my own.
Yeah, and I'm making eye contact. I'm sure Robin's probably thinking about that, and we can,
Are you talking about like work years? Like,
Yep.
okay, so I don't know. And that's only because with the switch over, I mean, I think teachers are going 180. And if I keep it, I'm sorry, my table is like rocking back and forth. If I keep the kind of the way it's been working in the past, and I've been trying to do some calculations with hours and things like that. But in the past, it's always been that paraprofessionals work only the days, student contact days, +2. So so I think this next year, we've talked about putting them, sorry, I'm talking with my hands again. Putting the 2 days before. I think we kind of talked about that, Melanie, and you had some ideas and things, but so I'm looking at keeping that, but I don't have like firm dates. And that's where kind of how many hours a day they're going to work, because I need to have all of that to know what their work year would be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think, Jackie would probably know this better than me, because I don't work with very many contracts like this. I don't know do we really even, I mean, this is important on the certified side because they're FLSA exempt. And, so if we wanted to, theoretically, if you wanted to require somebody to work 364 days a year, it's legal. And that's why you have a collective bargaining agreement that says, look, you're going to make us work this many days and no more. But classified employees, they get overtime if, they work over 40
That's
hours a
true.
week. So I think maybe I'll get laughed at, but I think it's worth asking, does this even belong in this agreement? I don't know.
Well, and there's so many different ones. I mean, so you have some classified like mechanic, custodians, they're those 261. So they're not all, 2 more days than the students. I know when I was in DPS, like and I'm not quite sure how they did it because I wasn't in that particular department. But Paris didn't have like work years. But we kind of need that. I need that for like calculating because a lot of our paras, and this year they'll all go on year round. So we're going to be calculating their pay for a 12-month payment kind of schedule for them. So, but Brent, I don't know, as far as having it in agreement, that's kind of out of my, I don't know.
Yeah, it references like 12-month, 9-month employees in other places. I don't know if we require a definition of something like that or something that's a little bit more just around like each classified employee will get our contract at the beginning, you know what I mean? Things that are already in there that specify the days. And do you know what I'm saying? Is that making sense?
I was nodding because I was thinking, yeah, there's got to be an easy way to put it in there where you don't have to go back and change it constantly and have 1,000 different lines based on the different job groups. There's got to be some language. And if you've got any examples, or maybe we can find some examples from similar contracts.
Yeah.
Or
See what I can find.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I'm looking at, to that end, I'm looking at the DPS's CWA agreement, which I think would include a lot of the employees we're talking about here. Basically says, it says when the work week is, and it's basically like for full-time employees, they work Monday through Sunday, normally Monday through Friday, and they get holidays off. So that's, I mean, it might be like Jackie's saying, we just put something in there that just kind of says something kind of general,
Right.
but who, I'm sure that there might be lots more agreements out there. I mean, DPS has about, I think maybe like at least four agreements that could potentially fit into this one that we're doing here.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
pulling
that
up
one.
Westies right now, Westminster's.
And maybe we can do something, like you said, Brent, a little generic and say, and Jack, I think Robin did too, just something like employee days will be based on job category per contract, per their contract or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure that would, something like that would undoubtedly be acceptable to our side. Let's get the wording right, but yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, let's see if I can find some comps, make sure that makes sense.
Okay, we'll continue that conversation around how we're going to define and or put in the classified folks regarding work day or work year, whatever we're going to call it eventually in the contract. Any other topics, excuse me, we want to talk about while we're all together this evening?
Agenda for next time and shared communication.
Okay, so we'll continue on with our collective bargaining agreement for classified folks as well. So we'll add that to our agenda for May 9th. Whatever that is, next Monday, yeah. Okay. And what we can do, how we've been doing, breaking it apart. So, but I'm just gonna jot it down for right now. Classified CBA, looking into the work year aspect, compensation for classifieds, compensation for certified. We've kind of resolved the outstanding issue with professional development. We've reached an agreement on that. Then see where we're at. How does that sound? Leaving it just down to compensation on both contracts, as well as just finalizing and continue to work on the CBA for classifieds on May 9th. All right. Who wants to jot down our joint communication?
I haven't done it. I'll take a stab at it if someone will talk.
Okay.
I'm going to pull up a Google Doc. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to start typing so people start talking.
Well, we started out with The professional development days. So we agreed
Mhm.
on 5.5 professional development days per year, school year. For the certified, or for the teachers. We discussed compensation, and the district will be coming for certified, and the district will be coming back with a proposal. Do we need to put more detail in there or not?
I would. Like, for people that didn't watch, they might want to know what the district proposed and what the counter offers were.
So the district proposed a 5% increase for our certified employees. And the association countered with a 12.5% increase. Both proposals included steps and lanes. And I don't know how fast of a typer you are, Q. And then we moved on to this classified CBA. And it looks like we're pretty close. And is it Brent who's going to be sending back? I don't know, what would you call them, suggestions, areas we need to work on, or?
Sure. I mean, I think you can just say a counter proposal.
Thank you. Okay. And then the district also proposed a 5% increase for classified employee salaries, and the association countered with a flat increase of $3.50 to all classified employee groups, or not sure how you would say that. Existing salaries maybe, or existing wages. And we wrapped it up early. 17 minutes to spare.
Did you want to put something in there about the PTO? I think that there was some clarification there.
Sorry, I was minimizing, and I think that might be covered under the, what we said about the revisions to the CBA.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I could add a little statement, but I'm not sure I got that last thing correct. I'm going to read the second paragraph. We moved to the classified CBA, and I'll clean this up a little bit. We are close in agreement on the language in the CBA. The district team will provide additional revisions per the conversation / counter proposal. The district proposed a 5% increase plus a step for classified. The association countered with a flat increase of $3.50 an hour and a step. Did I say that correctly, you guys? And can you hear my dogs? I've lost all control. I'm just going to leave them in the house, and I'm going to go back to work.
They sound like they're having fun.
Oh, like I know we're being streamed, but I'm hating my dogs right now. Did I get the language correct on the last part?
Does that sound all right? What Q has drafted so far, or at least we are on the class. Okay, the head nods. All right, anything else we'd like to add? All right, we'll go
Melatonin for the dogs?
Yeah.
Salt Lake, sorry.
close out for the dogs, right? Do a quick checkout just to make sure everyone's doing all right. Jackie, how are you doing? How do you think today went?
I'm good. I'm glad to hear that my CBA wasn't a disaster. So thanks for that. Not a bad day.
Awesome. Polly.
I'm glad we're wrapping up.
Melanie.
I like that we are making some progress, and I appreciate that very much.
Jill.
Same. I feel like we made quite a bit of progress today, and I feel good about it. Thanks for collaborating, everybody.
Brent. You're on mute.
Sorry, I was like, I had about 100 things open. I'm good. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Good night.
Did you say Q?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now it's apparently quiet in the house, so I'm good. Now that we're wrapping up, everyone's gonna fall asleep. Jackie's gonna go drink some water and life is good.
Awesome. Holly
Good, yeah.
and Robin. I know you didn't do a check-in, but we'll make you do a checkout for sure.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was on my way home from work and just long drive. No, I would concur with, I think it was a really positive meeting and that feels good. And I think we made some good progress, had some good conversations.
All right, awesome. Well, as always, thank you guys so much for your hard work and dedication to the process. I know it can be time consuming, but got a lot of work done today. I will see you all next Monday, May 9th. Same time, same place. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.